What is up, guys? Welcome back to this Let's Play. So, on our last episode, we defeated Kelzalik. Well, we didn't defeat Kelzalik. We defeated his Zoogle that he had as a pet, kind of, I guess. And then we made our way to this plains area out here. Talka Pond, we learned to fish. We also got Lord Dolhamine in the party. Well, I guess he's just Dolhamine now. He's not actually a lord anymore. But yeah, that's basically where we're at. So with that, we are ready to continue on our journey, and we're going to make our way through here. We're still looking for a healing place, too.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing
What,
my job. No need
what
to
did
thank me.
we... Infinity Shield? What did we get there? Infinity Shield. What is this? A standard issue shield supplied to Renan infantry. I wonder if it's stronger for Kisara. No, it's weaker. What a waste. Oh, we'll probably just sell it then.
Hey.
Hmm?
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Alright, we got ourselves a campfire.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Okay, let's rest here.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Well, I wasn't the only one checking out Kasar's ass. Apparently Law was as well. What did we got a few things here. Let's see here. Attack up. Earned combat points up. Let's do attack up. I like that.
This is perfect. I'll have everybody's mouths watering when they see this.
Shawn, could we talk a moment?
I'm trying to get these guys to get a relationship.
I think it's time we go to sleep.
I was hoping for a different cutscene there, but not same cutscene again. Damn it.
Morning. Ready to head out?
Alright, before we head out, I think it's time to do some upgrades. Well, actually, I don't know if we have... Oh, let's sell some stuff. Let's sell some stuff and see what we got. Yeah, we got 13,000. So, let me... First of all, let's see what he has here. These are new items that he has. Honestly, he doesn't sell much. Or wait, was I in... I wasn't even in the right category. Duh. Okay, there we go. So, we can get some new armor for Dohalim, Topaz Cape. We'll get that. Topaz Vest for Law. Okay, so that's all that. Now, let's go to the weapons, see what... That looks like a boring-ass sword, but for some reason it's the strongest sword we can get now. We don't have the supplies for it yet. That's the sword we have, right? The Flare Claw. Yeah, we have the Flare Claw. So now there's 3 more swords now. Okay. What about accessories? Huh. Well, I guess... Won't worry about it for now, but I do want to eventually level up accessories again.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Ooh. Birds. Now, what have I learned from Souls games? Souls games, birds are the worst. Especially Elden Ring. These birds, though, I'm a little disappointed. They do not have knives as feet. That was what made birds so bad in Elden Ring.
just let my instincts flow. How fascinating.
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
We can really make weapons with this?
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
I don't quite understand the spirit cores.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Okay. Let's make our way through here. Oh.
All right.
Dolhol means boost attack. Grows vines from the ground to enslave enemies. Seems pretty simple.
There's nowhere to run from my art. When he slows down, that's our chance. Leave the agile ones to me.
Annihilation!
In a bind?
Mega Ray!
Dolhol means boost attack. Profentir. His boost attack will nullify their evasive movements and keep them from dropping attacks.
Lightning condemned!
Can you take it? You can't get out of this! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Try this!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well done!
Begin! Lunar Round!
got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahnan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Crocodile Crusher? What the hell? Artifacts. Wait, additional art panels. You can now set 6 additional arts. Press Y on the art screen to switch between panels. Arts that are set in the second panel can be executed by pressing LT. Ooh, okay, I like this. Nice. Okay, that's something I'll set up when I'm not recording.
From this. That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Woods don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wish to be alone.
Wait a second here. I want to go back there. How do I get back there?
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Rice. What's back here? Some new enemies.
I have a bad
Also a
feeling-
chest I saw. Why can I not hit this damn thing?
Take pest, you airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for your student.
Leave the enemy's arch for me.
No place here!
Freeze Lancer!
Burn!
Can't be slow. Up and
I'll
down.
face you!
Huddle.
can feel my precision improving.
Ooh, 7,300 gold. That's a good amount of gold. What are those orbs up there? That's weird. Huh. Okay, so we need to go this way, right? Yep.
Brace yourself. This one's tough.
They're surrounding us!
I owe you one.
Here's a
Megasonic thrust.
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Not today.
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
I'm ready. Sia, can you take care of them?
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Elusive being. Rising Phoenix.
Hear me!
Be still. Rising Phoenix.
Steering flame! Reload! Proton blast! Steering flame! This one's mine! Where are you going?
Elusive being. Dragon Swarm.
Can you take it?
Be still.
Do it!
We did it.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Rising Phoenix.
Flame of fury! Burning
Stardust. I'm ready. Remote.
astral energy!
Say no more. You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Rising Falcon.
Lightning orb!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Thunder field! It's a duel of the arts!
Begin. Does it hurt?
Get on in there with the others!
Ouch, that's
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
I shall ensure you survive this. Benediction light.
Burn.
Do it!
We did it. Explosive rain.
I am stuck.
Thank you.
That was weird.
Can you take it? Benediction light.
Explosive rain.
Don't suffer in silence.
Mine! Raging storm! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Rising.
I'm ready! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Lightning!
Tempest.
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Resonate with the earth.
Glacial sphere! Here's the evil! Freeze land! Swirl!
Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Lightning thrust.
Lightning condemn! Reload!
Rising
I'm out! I'm all stopped up!
Can you take it?
You're going pretty hard in this battle.
I am not usually given to restraint.
Sometimes I believe you're stronger than you let on.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Oh shit, are we out of CP? What the hell? That is not good.
More Dahnan ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
We need a
Maybe they
campfire.
just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Oops.
What's this thing?
Yeah, we need a campfire. This is...
Sure, it builds up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm still going uphill. And we're still going uphill. Hey, did we get a fast travel point there? I think we did. Where the hell are we? Like, what the hell? Is that a campfire? I think we wandered into an area that we're not supposed to be in at the moment.
What's that big tower over there?
I think we wandered somewhere where we're not supposed to be just yet. But I think there's a campfire.
You guys want to rest here?
Yes.
If you need help with anything, just let me know.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Okay, we'll talk with somebody else. I feel like we're going to just keep getting the same cutscenes with Shinon. We'll talk with Kasara.
So, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
I don't know if we're supposed to be here right now. This looks like an area where we're not supposed to be. I just... Nothing about this looks like we're supposed to be here. So, with that, what time are we at? I mean, look at this. We're above, like, the whole freaking world. Like, this is, like, I feel, the end of the game type of Coliseum. Maybe it's not. I mean, I could be totally wrong. But this just feels like we're not supposed to be here. Let's see. We're at 30 minutes. Yeah, we're going to call it good. But stay tuned, guys. Next time, we're going to continue on in this place. Where I think we're supposed to be at, and make our way through down here and then through one of these ways, because I think that's the route we're supposed to go. I really don't know what this area is. It's called Mount Dhiara, which I believe is like the highest point in the game, so I really don't know what this place is. We'll just have to find out. But stay tuned, guys. More coming soon.